Hi, football enthusiasts around the world. Hi to all Ghana fan around the world. You are most welcome to another exciting edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. I remain your host, Simply Ike, and I'm here to bring you the latest in every Arsenal news. And we go beyond Arsenal news this time. We go to other clubs' news. We delve into the world of the transfer window, what is happening, the intricacies, every big news. I try to bring everything to you. But before we go ahead, before we go any further, I'd like for you to please like this video and subscribe. We need subscriptions, and so we are asking, our viewers, if you enjoy this channel, please do subscribe. Now we go into the topic of the day, and that is the transfer window and how Liverpool is moving in this transfer window. Now, this, a few days ago or so, I was like very confident Arsenal is going to run away with the league, especially with buying a striker in Viktor Gyökeres. But man, with Liverpool being linked to Newcastle's Alexander Isak, that news is a game changer. At this point, even I will admit that if they get Alexander Isak, they will be the firm title favorites. That is a lot of firepower, having Ekitike, having Mo Salah, having Florian Wirtz behind them, Soboslai. That is a lot of firepower. And, even the most diehard Arsenal fan will admit that if Liverpool do get Alexander Isak, and it's looking like they're going to get him because, a few days ago, we reported that Alexander Isak has put in a transfer request. He wants to leave Newcastle, and he wants to explore other possibilities. And it is reported that his preferred destination is Liverpool. He doesn't want to listen to any other club but Liverpool. He wants to go to Liverpool and Liverpool alone. Now, I know somehow we got Gyökeres kind of like that, but Gyökeres had a prior agreement with Sporting that he was going to leave in this summer transfer window. So that was pre-agreed, But this case now, this came out of the blues. There was no pre-agreement. He didn't look like he was unhappy in Newcastle. He still has a 3-year deal. Yeah, so this is, it brings me to the question of what's the leverage the clubs have on this contract. What's the point of this contract? If a player can just wake up and tell you, hey, I'm no longer honoring the contract, sell me. Like I said earlier, the Gyökeres deal was different. He had a prior agreement with Sporting the season before that he was going to be sold this summer transfer window. So that was a prior agreement. That was a pre-agreement. So this is nothing like the Alexander Isak situation, which came so randomly. It came from nowhere. He just said, look, I want to leave. And it's Liverpool. So what is the point of this contract? He has a contract till 2028. That is a substantial amount of time. It's not like he's in the final year of his contract. We had something like he demanded for 300K a week. you know, knowing Newcastle cannot afford that, you know. So like I don't understand the way this thing works anymore. I think there's so much power to the player at the moment. And if this guy goes to Liverpool, Liverpool will be very fierce. They will be a very scary club. They are just going to bash teams week in, week out. Except something happens, maybe an injury laden season happens and they kind of fall off. But at the moment, you have to give it to them. You have to say that, look, own up and say Liverpool are the title favorites at the moment. Like I said, with all the players they've got, they bought Hugo Etikite, they bought Florian Wirtz, which is a club record. They bought Frimpong. They bought two players from Bayer Leverkusen, Frimpong and Florian Wirtz. They also bought Gyökeres from Bournemouth, and now they're going to add Alexander Isak. If they add this guy, it will be a game changer. This guy, we know how he plays. We've seen him for the past 2 seasons for Newcastle. He's a complete footballer. He's a complete number 9. He plays off the shoulders of defenders. He is good with both feet. He's good in the air. His link-up play is equally decent. He has a very good eye for goal, and he's hungry. The only thing I can say is sometimes he comes up with, the niggly injuries. He misses 2, 3, 4 games in a row sometimes. As an Arsenal fan, and look, I'm not trying to wish injury on anybody, but these guys have to slow down a bit. So I'm gonna kind of wish he has one of those niggly injuries, so he can slow down, so the other teams can catch up too, But that being said, I'm still confident with my team. I'm still confident with the business we've done so far, and I feel we can mount a very, very potent challenge for the EPL championship this season. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the next topic, which is on Viktor Gyökeres. As we all know, we've got our man, we got our target man, we got our number 9, and everybody's excited. Every single person is excited. Even those that preferred Benjamin Sesko to Viktor Gyökeres are now coming to terms with the fact that we might have gotten ourselves, a treasure. We might have gotten ourselves a weapon to actually win the Premier League. But that is not just all. The big news is that Viktor Gyökeres has started breaking records without even kicking the ball. Now, the record is that Viktor Gyökeres shirts have sold in record numbers. It's sold in record numbers. He has surpassed even Thierry Henry, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, this heavyweights in the past. He has surpassed everybody without even kicking a ball. We have record sales. The numbers are not, no number was posted, but this is from the Arsenal website and saying that business has been good for Arsenal, and we just might recoup the 60-something million pounds we paid for Viktor Gyökeres on shirt sales. You never know, which is a good thing. Like I said, it's a fantastic bit of news. As much as we want players to come in, we also want our beloved club to make money. We want them to thrive in the business. We want them to do well in merchandising. We want them to do well in the commercial aspect of running the club. We want a healthy fiscal year for the club. And this is a very, very good news. This is why it's good to sign a player that is popular with the fans. A player that has the ability to shine and do well, but also is popular with the fans. We're not hearing anything about Noni Madueke's shirt sales soaring to the top. We're not hearing anything about things like that because he wasn't really a popular signing. We're going to back him up. He's our player, but he wasn't really a popular signing. So buying of his shirt is going to be on the low. This is what happens when you don't listen to your fans. I think this is a prime example of what happens when you don't listen to your fans. You buy players that are popular. You buy players that's gonna boost the fans, that's gonna make the fans happy, that's gonna make the fans ecstatic, that's gonna make the fans go to the shops, buy the merchandise of the club, buy their gears, buy their kits, buy all these things. This is what happened. It was a very, very positive acquisition for us. Viktor Gyökeres deal, very positive, and I think we're already reaping it. We're reaping the benefits without the guy even having kicked the ball. So, like I said, I'm super happy with that. And with that, we're gonna go into other news. This will be for the Arsenal transfer. Leandro Trossard is in the news. He is now being linked strongly to Borussia Dortmund in Germany. Remember, Leandro Trossard is a versatile forward, fantastic player for us. The past 2.5 seasons he's been with us. He is being a very good servant. He had a 20 GA last season, 10 goals, 10 assists. Last season in the league, that is very, very impressive. He was, I think, our second highest goal scorer. That is very, like I said, that he's been an impressive player for us. And I'm kind of having double feelings about him going. But like I said earlier, the books have to be balanced. Someone has to go. We bought 6 players. There has to be an outgoing. And unfortunately, he's 30 years old. And the club they have a policy of not giving 30-year-olds more than 1 year contract extension. It's reported that Trossard wanted a 3-year extension, but Arsenal wasn't going to do that. So, the deal fell through. And right now he's being linked to Borussia Dortmund, which I think is going to be a very good fit if it happens. We put his price at 25 million. We put his fee at 25 million pounds. I'm hoping something happens so that the outgoings, like I said earlier, the outgoings are equally as important as the incomings. Someone has to leave. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And whatever happens, I'll be here to report it to you. And with that, we move on to the next bit of news, and that is the Eberechi Eze deal. So there was a report today that came out and said that Arsenal has put in a formal proposal to pay his release clause in installments. And it's reported that Arsenal will move on if this proposal is rejected. Now, it's also reported that in the same news that Arsenal are seriously considering Rafael Leao of AC Milan. They feel he's going to be a cheaper option in terms of wage, in terms of the sign-on fee, and he will be a much suited replacement on the left wing, the much needed left winger we need. We feel he will be he is a natural left winger, so we feel he will be, the perfect addition to that role instead of Eberechi Eze. It's fair to say that Arsenal are not very keen on the Eberechi Eze deal. I feel Arsenal don't want to buy this guy as much as I want him to join us. I don't think Arsenal is moving as fast as they should in trying to get this guy. I feel there are excuses, except if some very good outgoings go, then they could, move faster. But at the moment, this deal is hinged on people leaving. And, like I said, I don't know if Arsenal is serious about getting Eberechi Eze. If you buy him, he'll be a high-profile purchase, but his most suited role is the number 10 position. Number 10 or even the number 8 position. I don't see him benching Declan Rice or Odegaard, and I don't see him coming for 60 million and you put him on the bench as a backup. That is why the Noni Madueke deal, when it happened, we were all furious. We were all not happy about it. But that deal is kind of hindering all this, better players deals, So, but we'll see how that develops. And if we get Rafa Leao, I'll be happy about that too. But we need someone that is Premier League proven, and that is Eberechi Eze. But I'm afraid, like I said, Arsenal is not showing that enthusiasm and seriousness to getting this guy. The next bit of news will be the Gabriel Jesus news, which is equally developing as well. It's getting stronger every day. Flamingo, it's reported, is still being serious about getting Gabriel Jesus. This is a World Cup here. Jesus will want to play regularly. He will want to play so he can make the Brazil squad. And like I said, Flamingo has given him an opening, to make the Brazilian squad next year at the Summer World Cup. So it's reported that Gabriel Jesus wants this deal to be done. There is an agreement between Arsenal and Flamingo to split the salary 50-50. That looks like it's going well. So we'll see. We'll just see how that goes. And another news is Fabio Vieira. He's being linked to West Ham. He's also strongly being linked to Parma. Remember, our former coach is now the coach of Parma. That is Carlos Cuesta. He wants Fabio Vieira to come join him in Parma in Italy. But there is reports emerging in the EPL that West Ham have put him in their wish list, that they want him really badly. No bid has been put in, but we believe a deal can actually be struck. We believe a bid can be proposed sometime this week. And, for Fabio Vieira, he represents Arsenal's past failed transfer, business in the past. He is one of those players we bought for £35 million. He hardly played. He probably didn't even play 30, 40 times in any competitive game for Arsenal. £35 million is a lot. I don't know how they got to that deal. And, it's just unfortunate. He is a good player, but unfortunately he was so unlucky. His career at Arsenal was riddled with injury. And don't forget, he didn't have the best of physical attributes. He's a small guy. So during games, he was just bullied in the midfield. So I'll be very happy if we move him on. We've put his transfer fee at 25 million as well. And with that, we go into tomorrow's preseason game, the North London preseason game with Tottenham Hotspur in Hong Kong. Now, This game is not going to be like the Singapore games we had because Tottenham is actually very, very popular in Hong Kong. He is popular because of, they are popular because of Yeomin Song of Tottenham. He is an icon the Asian, in the Asian region. You know, in all leagues, he's very popular. So I understand that Hong Kong has more Tottenham fans than Arsenal, but nonetheless, it's going to be a game to watch. If you're in the US, it's going to be by same time, 7:30 a.m. It's going to be aired in Paramount Plus with subscription, and it's also going to be aired in CBS Sports. That's for cable with subscription. So you know it's not gonna be a normal derby. It's gonna be fierce. It's gonna be both teams are gonna go all in for it. They're gonna want to win it, you know, and you know we'll see how that goes. I'll be up to watch it. And I will bring you the report of that game immediately after. And we've come to the end of today's show, and I hope you did enjoy this. We promise to bring you more news as you know the news unfold. I promise to bring you first-hand news, first-hand content each and every single time we record. And for now, it's goodbye.